Hello, 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 and hello. Welcome, past, present, and future viewers. My name is Ratfinkleton, and I figured I'm up. It's late at night, worked and drank some coffee, and then now I can't go to bed, so figured give a tour of the current status of the realm world that we're working on lately, and also just have an opportunity to talk to myself in a justifiable, semi-justifiable way. Because sometimes talking to myself in my apartment when I'm not streaming just feels awkward. Here we are at Oasis, which is the mini little spawn base area, spawn stop off. You're good, brother, you're good. I think you're safe here now. I would say lily pads. I don't have too many, but so as you can see, spawn is a terracotta biome. Nowadays there are 3 designations. It's Badlands, wooded Badlands, which we'll see very shortly, and what's it called? It's like vaulted Badlands, or it's like spiky. It's like spiky Badlands or something like that. Previously known as like the Bryce Mesa biome, I guess, or something. So anything with those huge spiky terracotta towers all over the landscape is a completely different biome as well, which I think is pretty cool. But this biome that we're currently in is just a regular Badlands biome, which is what gives this area the in-lore moniker of the Badlands, of course. It's not just the name of the biome itself in the game, as the developers understand it, but also we call this place the Badlands in the realm world. It stretches for thousands of blocks that way and that way. And for about 700 blocks that way and about 1,000 blocks that way. So, quite a ways. We're on the kind of like on the southeastern end of this Badlands mega biome. Because really is a mega biome, but in particular the area that spawn is located at is kind of more of a wooded Badlands hybrid area. I haven't found too much wooded Badlands other than this in the Badlands mega biome that that spawn is a part of. So the build as you see it now, this sort of stuff isn't all over the Badlands, but I definitely have occupied my own little area. So, all right, well, now that we've given Oasis a little bit of a look around, I like to come here just to touch base, inspect the place, see if any of the people that I've invited recently have screwed anything up, or left any notes or any goodies. I've found some interesting things around spawn that you just really wouldn't expect, like netherite gear, where it's like nobody claims it. I don't know where it came from. No name. Pays to look around, especially on the realm. Alright, it's time to start. We're gonna head into the Badlands. This is Astro Valley. I think the only reason I called it Astro Valley is because I was often here at night. Working down here. And, I don't know, I think I kind of resonated with the nighttime here. I kind of almost felt like this valley was a sea of stars. I think I could look up and almost see them. Some caves around here. It's a very cavey area. It's not really a flat Badlands. It's, again, we're moving into a wooded Badlands area where it's a mixture of Badlands chunks and wooded Badlands mountains. Because the wooded Badlands, I think, are generally mountains. Tops of mountains, and I think the mountains might be considered part of the biome. Because as you can see at spawn, the true Badlands biome I think is supposed to be flat like this area here, so. You see we're coming into an area with slightly different trees than you would typically find in Badlands. Got some acacia. Pathing is something I love to do, but I can be a little lazy with it. This is a fine example of how lazy I can be with pathing. But I think it serves a purpose of coming off as organic and not as sculpted. Little touches like water, I feel like, kind of lend to the environment. A little rough here, but you know, it's like, I can sit here and dress it up, but all I'd do is probably put another piece of terracotta there. So, just to cover up that spot. But the thing is, like, that is uncovered, it looks fine. So maybe I just leave it. I'm not really bothered, honestly. Anyway, here we're coming into Tumbleweed Town. Okay, I was gonna say, I only saw one camel for a second. It's like, what the heck is going on? Yep. The baby was a little sketchy for a little bit because I think he could climb over something, and I was just like, I'm gonna lose the baby. Didn't though. He's alive. Alive and well. This is Tumbleweed Town. These little, you know, houses are uninhabited. I built them as decoration. This town is like a foothill town, kind of, it's a town like at the front gate of a larger, more ornate complex, kind of meant to give a little bit of a juxtaposition between what's going on in my base and what's going on here. As you can see, there is a bit of a gate leading up that looks a little grown in, like it's been there for a little bit, almost. A little rough. And it leads up there. And that's where we're going ultimately. That's my friend's house. This leads off into the southern Badlands. That leads off into the eastern Badlands, and the west is back towards Spawn. As you can see, we're setting here. So soon Tumbleweed Town is going to get a bit darker. So there's a couple areas where I'm currently working kind of my days off. There's a mountain over there that I'm developing with rattlesnake. This gentleman mentioned on this sign. There's a rail system that's eventually going to lead there, and it's right here. I plan on having a couple things. I haven't really thought specifically though, so it's more going to be an area that I can go to be creative, possibly. I'm not quite sure. Some things I've put in place as future ideas, and they've come to fruition. And those are the most satisfying, like long-term investments in time. So that's just one of them. There's another one farther down the road there called Green Gorge. It's a little area that's green and has like a river biome in the middle of this desert, and it's just down that way. And I don't have too many materials down there now, but I have materials over at the mountain. But that place, I got to move materials over. There's also a build site down at the ocean over here because the ocean is about 700, 800 blocks that way. There's a highway going there, a foot highway, and I'll get some material down there too. But everything starts at home. Everything begins, at least in Minecraft, from one spot, and that one spot is through that gate. I'm gonna... How much time do we have? Where's the moon? Anyway, let's go to bed. We'll fall asleep to the sound of the camels grunting in the night. Yeah, that was a fitful night's rest. The camels kept me up. Thanks, dude. Alright. So this mountain is called Mount Arid. And the reason why it's called Mount Arid, of course, is because it's in a desert. It's probably one of the largest mountains in this biome, and I would argue likely enough the largest one in this biome is where I have my iron farm, and it's connected via nether portal, and I also have a footpath that goes from Green Gorge to this mountain in question. I think I have two of the biggest mountains in the biome on lock right now, and they're like 1.5k blocks from each other. So, oh yeah, we're here. This is Sand Crucible. This is my base. Welcome. So, I'll tell you a little bit about this place as we move along. And as we move through a mini tour, I'm just going to be putting a couple small things away in my storage. Cleaning up just a little bit here. And then I'm going to go into a little lore, actually. Because when I was last on, I was writing books to stock in my library build. Because just one of those things that really makes a world memorable and also, makes it impressive for people is those fine details that you can kind of sense the second you walk in a place. So, sorry you had to see this. And I feel like I'm pretty good at those, like in general, like in life and in Minecraft. So, but yeah, I would say this world currently is top 3 for me as far as like mega bases and builds that I've been spending quality time on, you know, like and rated as far as overall quality and also size and like build quality, so originality. Oh, here we go, a visitor. See, up until very recently, I did not have this little gate here, or this simple redstone setup. But it's like these dudes are spawning in like a little gap right here somewhere, and like wandering out. Like, where did you even come from? Up there? Like what? Anyway, welcome to Sand Crucible. The mountain is Mount Arid. The base at its top, my home. Generally, if I'm leaving, I have the lights off. It's only come into play like once so far, but you know, that's enough, I guess. How much gunpowder do I have? Darn, I need to put that away. Alrighty, here we are. This base came as a suggestion, the location, from a friend. I was out hundreds of thousands of blocks, I believe, and I was looking for a good spot to build, and it had been days out there, and I couldn't find a place, and this kid suggested this area. He was at spawn still, because he tends to be at spawn, and was like, I think I found a mountain that you might like, Rat. And I was like, alright. I was like, send me a screenie. Send me a screenie. I'm like, alright. Went and checked it out. After a while, I forget what the exact course of events was, but eventually got back to spawn. Probably off myself, went back, checked it out. And I didn't want to keep looking. I was like, this is nice. Like this is like a really nice terracotta mountain. You know, I think I can work with this. And I saw kind of this area, which I widened out since then and like flattened out, but it kind of basically looked like that. And this down there. And I saw that gap over there. I kind of noticed that it was a little hollow, the mountain. Like there was a cave, like a bit of a dripstone cave on the inside. And I was like, I can work with this, so I decided to stay. And I think the main reason was that I was a little tired of building really far out. Because I tend to build really far out. Half for the sake of feeling like you're like in another world, and half to challenge others and like basically weed out the weaklings. Cause like you'd be surprised how many people like just won't play on your world because it's really hard to get back to your base once they die. They just give up. They don't want to go through the effort. And also more or less the main reason why I used to build really far out and like kind of keep my base a secret was because I'd gotten griefed a couple times, and I'd trusted people, and so. But I was kind of tired of all that, and had reconciled my feelings on that subject anyway. So, and I had a group of people that I could trust. You know, I've had issues since then, but they've been resolved. So, but um, don't even need to eat beef. We're good. We're Gucci. So yeah, it started pretty slow. I was getting a new job around the time I started this world. I was like in the middle of being jobless and looking for jobs and stuff. So going was slow, but I had quite a bit of time to myself and been working ever since. I'm nice and stable now. So when I have time like tonight, it's a lot of fun to hop on the world. Um, we use nether travel to travel long distances like most people. We build nether highways, which are just simply 1x2 walking highways, usually at the top of the world around Y120, but sometimes at the bottom of the world around 13 or something, 11, whatever. Somewhere where you won't get hit by lava all the time when you're mining. But either way, we have nether highways that are decently long now. Like I would say like 4,000 blocks in each direction. With spur tunnels. Some labeled, some not, of course. Not fastidious or diligent about that. This tower was actually one of the more recent additions to the mountain. Started throwing up a couple buildings since then as well. These were after the tower. But I'd been here for quite some time before the tower went up. I mean, months and months, gathering resources, figuring out what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, you know, kind of getting rich enough to feel like I could take my time with it, essentially, instead of struggling to turn blocks out to make it happen, kind of thing. So, I'm just glad that it worked out. It's the kind of thing where I'd like to expand the roofs maybe a little bit at some point, but I'm not. I would do it proportionally, and I'm not super in a rush to do that because I think, as it stands, it's very impressive looking, and proportional is crap from the ground level. It just really sings. So, and like I dreamt of this angle right here, and I'm glad that we got it because it's a beautiful angle with the mosaic and stuff. Looks really nice. The fun part of the tower is that it's like a little lighthouse at the top. Love it at night. Chill up there with the glow, watch the sun come up. It's fire. Absolute gas vibes here, cons 24/7, round the clock mother effing V-base. You already know we got the ancient debris drying outside, bro. You already know. Shit. Alright. Anyway. This is going to be the auto house. It's a collection of automatic farms. This is going to be your sugar cane. It's going to be a kelp farm, which I won't show because it's that glitchy glitch stuff, that weird shit. That shit that go, like, you set up the pistons to make it go fast and glitch kelp and get XP. That one. We got cacti down there, very simple, and then sorry, bamboo. Again, pretty simple, so. There's lots of hoppers on these. I kind of designed it so that I could just let it back up during AFK sessions, which sometimes I'll like fall asleep in the area down here and it will be in range. Only that side, not the left side. So funny. If you haven't seen them, this is what bamboo rafts look like in Mosaic. Beware these mysterious sprites. So these guys I got from a pillager tower a while ago. Like, literally one of the first things I did on this world was, like, go exploring for weird stuff, like, while my mountain had nothing on it. And I brought these guys back, like, I would say at least within the first month, like, if not within the first couple weeks. And I dug a hole in the mountain and just stuck them in there with a fence post, and I moved them down here, you know, a little while after that, like a few months maybe after that. And they've been down here. Yeah, I haven't bred them too much. I don't even think I bred these guys. I think these were, I brought 4 and 3 survived, possibly. So, but we'll move down into Nargothrond. I'll show you what Nargothrond's all about. So, of course, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you'll understand the reference. Because in Lord of the Rings, Nargothrond was a cave base, a cave home, a cave fortress of the elves in the Silmarillion. So, and I named it after that because this is my cave base, my back cave. But it's a little different than Batman's cave, I would say. For one, I think it's a little bigger. 2, Batman doesn't have handmade towers all through his cave, sticking up through the mountain and doing all kinds of funny things. That's the Ender Garden down there. The Ender Grove. This is the winter tower because it tends to snow through this hole in the mountain right here for some reason. That's going to bring you to Upper Nargothrond, which is where the tips of these towers end up. Tower of the Whistling Crane. It's a fun build. And then the Descent Spire over here, which is a tower that sticks up through the mountain and also harbors an interesting feature underneath. It'll bring you straight down to like -32, where there's an ancient city directly below. And you can go mess around there. I have it on good faith from a couple individuals that I trust that there are no more shriekers down there, and it's good to roam around in. But I have yet to go check it out because I don't like it down there, and I'm a busy man, and I'm gonna need a lot of torches to do what I need to do. So I'm not sure if it's actually good to go, but I'll find out when I start mining up chunks and chunks of what's it called? Skulk. So anyway, this area, these towers are all storage. So I wouldn't say that each tower has specific stuff. This tower has more, I would say, like mob drops and like also like plants and specific stuff like TNT. The other tower, the Whistling Crane Tower, has like more bulk stuff. Like it has all my wool and like a bunch of my terracotta and stone and stuff, and more gravel than there is here. All my netherracks over there, so that shows you. I have like, I don't know how many double chests of netherrack at this point, so I've had more though. K2 probably holds the record still for netherrack because there's an obscene amount of netherrack at that base. K2 is a landmark base for me and my friends that we all like are on the same level about it. It's like it's a definite OG base. Like I've done video tours of that base too, but it's the kind of place we always go back to when we get together as a gang. It's been a while, but I'll go back there soon to pay a visit because it's really close to my heart. So, but yeah, K2 is a straight up OG base. Generated right at the beginning of Caves and Cliffs in like an experimental generation mode in one of the like first snapshots kind of thing. So it's got a unique generation pattern underground. The underground didn't really generate like Caves and Cliffs normal stuff. It was like a hybrid of like old and new. And when I first went down there for the first few months, no mobs were spawning like anywhere, like not down there and not on the mountain itself, like at all, like nowhere, no bad mobs. And then goats would spawn during the day, and I was just like, this is insane, dude, like insane, like nothing. And after a while they started spawning, but I was like only after a while. After a while. So yeah, everything is fairly well organized, I would say. Plus or minus a couple things, which I take full responsibility for. At this point, I have everything fairly intuitively organized and memorized, as you can see. Okay. These buckets, there is Alright, Upper Nargothrond. So we're seeing the top of the Tower of the Whistling Crane. Top of the Descent Spire going up through the mountain. We are going in here. There's a chest for buckets filled with Shiza. So what's left is a couple things. This, I'll keep this. Terracotta, I guess I'll go down for one terracotta block. So trivial. Alright. Exit. Oh, it's just a dead end. Okay, that's sus, but we'll let it go for now. As you can see, we have quite a few places you can go from here. You know, again, this doesn't list everything on the mountain at all. Put this in recently because we had a theft and I had to refresh the friends list, let's say. So, alright, anyway, let's go up through this way. There's a gangway here that leads between all three of these storage-ish towers. The descent spire isn't necessarily a storage tower, but it has job blocks in it that are fairly useful. And otherwise, it is also a way for me to get mountain access. You know, to get up through the mountain. It's a direct line directly up, and I have peeked up through the mountain, and here we are. And I'm at 200, which is fairly high up, so this is also an elytra takeoff directly from my storage area. And yeah, you can see down there, a little bit of a hole, but nothing crazy. Just coming up through. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Just gonna fly around and hit these stairs right here. These stairs are accessed from the center of Sand Crucible down there by my forge. This is the Sky Temple. Ooh. Sky Temple. This is where we come to pray to the sky gods. And then you can come up here and mingle, spend some time worshipping. I guess, you know, Jesus or somebody. And if you want to crawl out on this roof, you can too, I guess. And down below the Sky Temple is an interesting piece of redstone, the bee farm. Let's see where we're at. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh. Yep. I'm sure anybody that knows this design, or anybody that knows redstone, just knows what the circuit is that's powering this, will understand what's going on. Hopper clocks are essential for a lot of redstone builds, and it just works perfectly for a build like this where you need a decent amount of time in between triggers. I can make it go way longer, of course, but I think the pace that I have it set at right now is fine. Alright, so that thing has a bunch of bottles in it, which is good. Let's see if these things have one. Yep, okay, everything's looking good there. Alright. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I get that. Uh-huh. Everything's looking good there. And then that bridge leads to an area that I still have to develop. Over there. So for now, we'll just head down here. This leads down to the Tower of the Whistling Crane down there. Of course, this is Sand Crucible, the center of Sand Crucible. That is the staircase that leads up to the Sky Temple. Forge room. The smithery. check on these little buddies. Yep. Got some seeds for us. Thank you, guys. So obviously, I imported everything here, more or less, because there's nothing in the Badlands except for terracotta and dirt and, like, a little wood. But I'd say one of the more challenging imports was the mob denizens of this base, which, of course, there are no mobs in the terracotta biome as well, so I had to import them. And that was a pain in the butt. But one day I had a few friends on, and we went as a team and got multiple mobs and got them on leads and brought them back in a huge, like, gaggle on foot up the mountain from biome like 600, 700 blocks away, probably. Past Green Gorge, like by hundreds of blocks. It was an arduous journey because these Badlands biomes have like really sharp drops into caverns and ravines and shit. So I just feel like it can be really sketchy around here sometimes. Walking mobs around. But yeah, as dusk falls again on the base, we're gonna head out. We got a couple mobs here, nothing crazy. My farming area isn't super developed here. I have a terrace farm with a bunch of crops across the way, like behind me, but like when I talk about having imported mobs, these are like the originals over here still. Like, yeah, like I think we've bred and killed a couple, but like basically the OGs are still in there. So, uh-oh. Looks like the chickens popped out, which is fine. I got a bunch of eggs. You can see these were like some of my original crops that I used to survive up on this mountain. Oh yeah, super sketchy. Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. And then, these guys have been with me, some of them since the beginning too. Through these doors is just the auto house. This is going to be the mob farm that I use still, as far as like gunpowder. I'm also repairing gear. It's pretty good at repairing gear too. It's not like terrible like I thought it'd be. I'm a doofus. Anyway, we might as well now. There she is. Oh boy. We took a couple hearts getting up here, but that's fine. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, I was up here a little while ago, took some gunpowder away from here, and probably repaired my wings. Standard design. Nothing unusual about it. Standard. It's always going to be good, though. I mean, I don't see a world in which they'll, like, change the way mobs spawn fundamentally in this game, so you can probably always depend on this build. Genome, which is a good thing. I mean, we don't want them to change anything. Fuck that. Because all that happens when they change shit is they break our farms. Done. Alright. And as you can see, there's some crops there. Those are pretty old carrots. Some of my first crops again that I used to keep myself alive through the beginning of this world when there was nothing on here. It just goes back to the auto house. This leads farther away from the center of K2, or the center of Sand Crucible. Kind of around the back of the mountain, which is far less developed. This road is slightly more exposed than, say, your typical road on this mountain would be. I don't want to let you guys out. Oh man, I gotta be quick. Got him. Alright, so this is Rustic Ridge. It's my villager village. The majority of the villagers still reside in where I bred them, which is in a secure facility cut into the stone. Occasionally I'll let them out to romp, but I have a feeling they like the security of the inside. There are a couple brave souls that I allowed to live out here permanently, so they're chilling. But good vibes only here, obviously. You already know, sheesh. So. Seems about right. I know what you're thinking. Rat. Why all the paper and sugarcane? Trade it with these guys for emerald. Sugarcane's a passive farm. Used to AFK by it all the time. And, yeah. So there's probably sugarcane there right now waiting for me, too. So I'll say I'd probably be able to fill out all these chests with the amount that's sitting up there. But yeah, these guys stay safe in here. A lot of these guys are pre-selected, like, one guy's like efficiency 5 for like 16. Another guy's like mending for 14. Unfortunately, I didn't get to take advantage of the, whatchamacallit. The zombie trade down thing where you could get them to like an insanely low trade cost by curing them over and over again. So none of these guys are like that. But to be fair, I never really did it like that anyway. Just because I was too lazy to make it happen, try to make it happen like that. Alright, so we got a cat loose. This cat is just gonna be loose here forever, I guess. I'm not really sure. I might bring a fish down. I don't have a pet cat. Hopefully he doesn't despawn. But I have an idea. Oh. Kinda landed on the tree. That's fine. I do have a lot of raw fish here, I believe. Oh yeah. Watch how fast we're back. Okay, he's our cat now. And then, where's this guy? There he is. You're my cat now. Or you come with me? Yeah, you're chill. You're chill. You can come with me too. Oh, no, come on. You can come with me. No, you can come with me. Come with me. You kitties come with me. We're gonna go someplace cool. I'm gonna bring you to this tower that I have. Come on. You good kitties. I know you're gonna TP, so let's go. If you're not up here when I get up here, we're gonna have problems. Okay, kitties. If you're not right behind me, we're gonna have problems. Nice. Let's test this TP thing. See how good you really are, cats. Oh yeah. TP gods. Alright, let's head down to the Fell Tower. This is a map of our territory, our immediate territory here at spawn. You can see here is Mount Arid with the tower. So you can see this really basically like where that green circle is right there on my reticle. And right next to that is like that wooden couple blocks. That's where we are right now. This is going to be Oasis at spawn. And then Astro Valley, the valley that we walked through. Then the bridge we crossed. And Tumbleweed Town. And the gate up to Sand Crucible, which is this sort of interesting looking area right here. You can see there's a highway going all the way from Tumbleweed Town, all the way up here, and off camera. And then same here, there's a road right there next to the cat right there. That goes all the way down towards Green Gorge, and Green Gorge is like down here. This road goes that way. We also have this rail system that I was talking about that I actually pointed to while we were standing right here. That goes here, here, and then goes off in this direction, and the mountain that we're working on is here. And then, yeah, there's a path now that leads down to here, the northern part, but this area here, all this is undeveloped. The only thing that's out here is the mob farm, which we were just at, which is that gray square up there. And you can vaguely see that there's a path that's made out of terracotta. It cuts through the irregularities of the biome right there. It's like a silhouette. Anyway, this is the spot. Alright, cats. You're gonna live in luxury. Get in here. Alright. You're gonna sit here for now. You guys are just gonna hang out in the lobby for now, okay? This way you're safe and I know where you are. Alright, we have cats now, that's fun. And yeah, so there's another portal, of course. The nether portal's been in the same spot again, one of the first things I built here, just because. And I could have relocated it by now to a specific area, but honestly I like it out here. I think it makes sense to like kind of set it apart from the base, but also have it like look cool and be accessible. Just in case you forgot where we are. You kiddies want to see something fun? Alright. Look out there, you just see terracotta and then the thing and then the lamp. Okay. Oh, now there's a door. That's weird. It's a secret door. It goes down into Nargothrond. Wait a minute. What's this? Is this? Oh, wait, is this? Oh, I'm such a dumbo. This is a way to exit from this, and then you have to do this sketchy thing. Sorry you had to see that. Righteous. There's a couple other places, but unfortunately I have to go. I hope you've enjoyed this little look at where I'm living in Minecraft. And as I add to the base, I'll be updating and probably post another video tomorrow. So until then, ta-ta, friends.